I don't know, be fully comfortable with each and every piece of material. So ask lots of questions, use all the resources, use all the tutors. If you don't get a clear answer, then ask again. Use that resource. And I think that's one of the best ways to prepare yourself. And you can even go a step further. And if you don't understand not just how to do it, but why you're doing it, what are some of the alternative methods? I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm approaching 100% sure that you'll find other people who would love to get into that discussion with you. Why is this more optimal than this? Why do we take this approach versus this approach? This is really the chance for you to learn, I think. In terms of just as we started recording, so other announcements, one-on-one meetings, I'm just going to repeat them. One-on-one meetings, we're going to be scheduling, the schedule will go this week for meetings to be held next week, 20 minutes per person. And so we'll do a better preparation to make sure that we have a discussion about where you stand, what needs to be done, and what's coming up next. So that'll be happening next week. Data camp subscriptions will be distributed as soon as we have them. And the idea there is we'll be linking to specific resource materials that are useful for this week's or for the tutorial of the week. And otherwise, interim submission due today. I don't think there are any other major announcements. Anyone else on the team who wants to make an announcement? No? Otherwise, we'll run our usual code. And in the meantime, if there are any either recommendations or volunteers. All right, Emmanuel nominates Emmanuel. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm really glad for this. I want to thank the instructors, like, for everything that has been, like, mostly you guys have given us direction in our journey. That is just what has been the most important thing for me. Direction in this part. So I want to say thank you very much to the instructors. And also I want to, there's something that came to my mind, and I would want us to implement. For example, there's this is what they call GitHub education. If you check my profile now, you see program. There are a lot of resources, free resources that are given to students. Like Heroku is there, data camp, free data camp, and a lot of Microsoft Azure free credit and a lot of things. So I'm thinking of holding a section possibly to show people how to access all these resources for free, and for some people that possibly may not have an email like that, because you need your school email to register for this. I don't know if it's possible for 10 Academy to give some people's email for their, so that they can also have access to these resources and learn, there are so much resources for them, for people that are students, because you are students too, possibly. So I don't know how it's going to be possibly. Thank you very much.
So, Emmanuel, I think that's a good suggestion. It's always easier if we get this into writing. So if you're able to type that up into the general channel of Slack, we can take it up from there. I think holding the tutorial is a great idea. I think the question of resources we may have to handle on a platform by platform basis. I don't know. It'll depend on the platform. So I think if you could type that up in Slack, and then we can proceed in writing.
Okay. I will just explain everything clearly in Slack. No problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Next up is Glory. Is Glory here? Is our code still effectively finding people who are not? Or does it make them? Glory's here. Are you able to speak? Oh, she'll type. Okay. While she's typing, I hope I wonder if anyone can find the thread through all the group names. I suppose it's pretty easy to find. Okay, so while Glory's typing, why don't we go on to Victoria? Okay, Victoria's not here. Chala?
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. Uh, this week challenge I've been seeing it from starting yesterday, and it's like last week I was struggling with a lot of materials. I was reading a lot of blogs and stuff, but I get carried out, and I wasn't able to finish on time. So in this challenge, I'm working in the reading, not just reading and after I just read and do. But in last week, I was challenged only by reading the materials, then getting all the ideas. But that's never worked for me. So in this week, I started coding with materials and reading. I'm going through that. So it's nice. The material for this week's challenge are good. I think. I think that's all for me.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to Busayo. Is Gideon Busayo here? Okay. Ayabila? Is Ayabila here? No. We have Karen usually doesn't participate. Is Temilade here? Muluwerk? Is Muluwerk here? I saw her join. Muluwerk, do you want to do your daily stand-up? Okay, maybe a connection issue with one. We're not doing so well today. All right, Busayo is here. Busayo, you're up. Can you present how you're doing? Your daily stand-up as you just joined? Busayo, can you hear us? Can you go ahead and do you were on the list before for the daily stand-up?
I can hear you. What do you want to do? Good morning.
Good morning. We'd like you to present how you're doing, what you plan to work on today, and any blockers that you have. So what you got done, what you plan to do today, and any blockers. Like the usual daily stand-up.
What I plan. Yeah, I've gone through the everything, but I just needed to reach out to someone. I've messaged Patrick. I'm in touch with Patrick, and we decided to talk this morning, whereby we will be able to discuss about the task. Because I want to get it from another person's point of view, so I'll be able to to learn one or two things. Because when I asked someone else about the first task, the person was like, I should segment the task in the stuff into summer, winter, and spring. And I asked someone else. The person said to take so much time. So I just said, let me just ask so many experts before I can do my own decision.
Okay, thank you. So Muluwerk, Ridvan, or Muluwerk, are you able to connect now? Okay, Charlene? Charlene Milwaukee?
Markeri, I think it was the spelling.
Okay, I don't know if she's here. Okay. We have Anastasia.
Seems her network might be because she was asking if
Right,
everyone is
she's
talking
able to hear.
or
Okay. Jayola,
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
good morning.
Okay. First of all, let me talk about last week. Last week was really, really challenging for me. Um, I actually had to take a step back and think again because I had to think about my approach to the challenge first of all. So one thing I noticed was I didn't actually start the challenge early enough, so it actually affected me last week because I started coding on Saturday. So when it got to the afternoon, I saw that wow, I can't be able to finish up. So I decided to step back and do a rethink. So I noticed a lot of areas I had to improve on, mostly the critical thinking. I had to think about the problem before starting coding or starting reading about the resources or anything. Or after I read about any resources, how would I think it out personally myself? So I tried not to submit at all. So I didn't submit last week challenge. So so I wrote some things down personally to say that okay, for many of the challenges, these things I will have to do. And so for last week challenge, I personally said okay, along with working with this week challenge, I would meet with some of my colleagues, maybe do a meetup with them, then discuss how they implemented it. So if I can be able to finish, then I'll meet with one of the tutor and maybe do a video call with them. So that I can just explain my thoughts and see where I like and where I lack and where I can improve on myself. So for this week's challenge, I've gone through the code. I've started working on it as I've promised myself. So no blockers for now for this week challenge. So thank you.
All right, I think that's really useful feedback, and I think we've heard similar comments from other people. I think one thing to underline, as Yababel said, on in the first week on day one, this is our expectation, or to be able to get this done, it really is like a full-time job. You need to be here every day, and if you get behind, if you miss a day, it will be difficult to catch back up. So I think that's a good, useful feedback. Muluwerk, do you want to go ahead?
Hello, good morning. Sorry,
Good morning.
I just muted my mic and I was trying to talk and sorry. First of all, let me start with my last week challenge status. I'm trying to do my best to make these weeks better. And last week was a little bit challenging because there was a lot of resources and the grab from them was more challenging. And in this week, it seems like more little understandable and clear. And I think I do now what the challenge is expected and not like in the last weeks. And I'm starting doing yesterday. And when I'm seeing the challenges, it seems like understandable. And I understand what I am expected to do. This is what I have to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bessie Mukaria. Is Bessie here? All right. Lowell's been nominated by Emmanuel.
Hi, good morning. I hope you can hear me.
Good morning.
Yeah. So, well, yesterday was like when I saw the project on Sunday evening. That was it. For the first part, the exploratory part happened to be my best part in the whole data analysis workflow. I mean, I like the fact of getting to know the data, even though the modeling part is quite challenging. So yesterday I started working on it, and so far so good. It has been interesting and demanding. I mean, I could go online to, once I know what I want to do and the insight I'm trying to draw up from the data, it's just about knowing what I want to do and then going online to search the best way to approach it. And well, it's really been interesting. That's what I'll just say. And I'm hoping I can finish the task one today and submit by the deadline. So yeah, that's just about it for me.
All right, Anastasia.
Oh, hello. So good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so like I promised myself this week I was gonna be on track. So yeah, yesterday I was able to attend all the tutorials, and I was also able to start the task one finally. And something I liked, I didn't know that that data was from Kaggle. So when I went through the link and I got to explore Kaggle, see how competition works, and I was like, okay, this is nice. It looks a lot, but it gave me the idea of Kaggle, and I appreciated the platform. I think I'll just try it later. I'm also looking forward to this week, the fact that it's a teamwork between 3 people. I'm looking forward to working with my team, Abubakar and Ilekura. Yeah, I think. Yeah, and I'm also looking forward to those one-on-one meetups next week a lot. Yeah, I think that's it about me. No blockers yet, just still doing task one.
All right, great. Okay, should we wrap up early then? Or does anyone else want to contribute? All right, okay, so.
If there isn't, just if I want, like, just 1 minute would be, I mean, this kind of work is okay, and I'm sure you'll do it, and it's great. But the one aspect that you will not, from experience, that you're not going to take into account is that how much it will take you some other tasks.
Can you come again, please, Yabel? I didn't get.
I think his network might have dropped. Yeah, but we lost you in the middle.
These types of project. Oh, but what about now?
It seems okay now.
Hello, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Yeah, could you start again?
Oh. Okay, I'm saying this. Okay, so there seems to be a delay maybe. Or do you hear me now just clearly, or it's still breaking? Okay, so what I was saying is, I think my network is fine. So what I'm saying is that these types of projects, they have a tendency that you don't know where the actual work is concentrated. So, and sometimes if you just go in a synchronous way, you somehow end up on Thursday being like not able to do anything or accomplish your tasks on time. So for that reason, given that you are in a group, what I recommend is that try everything in parallel. Do not do sequential tasks when you are in a group. When you are an individual, that's okay. But when you're in a group, don't try to do like data analysis, then deployment, then whatever. That kind of means that you won't have time. So I expect like from today or whatever, just in parallel, go and have like Heroku, go and have like, try to just test the systems. So don't wait until Thursday or something, because then you will have really no time, because it requires new knowledge, new task, and you have no idea what kind of challenge you're gonna face. And the reason we put it in groups is exactly for that reason. Some things are quite unpredictable when it comes to system setup and dashboard building. So I would say use your group to try to do it in parallel. Hope that's clear.
All right. Any reflections to what Yababel just said, like in parallel? All right. Everyone have a great day ahead, and yeah, bye.